Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel in the first place. Today we have a Todoroki X listener. It's Vertigo by Frog Supremacy on AO3. The link will be in the description, go check them out. And let's go ahead and get into it. They apologized so many times. You were starting to get sick of it. Sure, they'd already taken every inch of pride, dignity, and happiness you had. But to be honest, you would have given those things up twice over if it meant UA would leave you alone. The only person who didn't act like you were a bomb about to explode was Recovery Girl, but you knew she didn't have a reason to be afraid. After all, she was the one whose lips you could feel still on your forehead, colder than ice, over and over again until you passed out from the pain. The feeling of your back stitching together where it wasn't supposed to. She was the one who hurt the most. The one who stared at you when you first woke up like she didn't know the person in front of her, limp and broken and empty. You supposed you should be used to it by now. 4 months of this, the glares, the slightly gritted teeth, the twitching hands aching to wrap around your throat and just end it. End this, end the pain and suffering, and give both you and them a little relief. You still couldn't adjust. That's why you hadn't left the bed yet. The one with the crisp, clean white sheets that Recovery Girl washed every week. You didn't like them. They reminded you too much of the open sky, wind rushing through your hair, the sun's gentle caress. But you didn't care enough to ask Recovery Girl for a new color. It wasn't that important. And plus, you couldn't request much, being handcuffed to the bed's railing. It reminded you of that one time when Midoriya was sent to Recovery Girl for surgery after the sports festival. You'd gone with him. After all, you'd been knocked out early, and Ida wanted somebody with him since he had his match against Todoroki. Midoriya had been hysterical at first, half in shock, and tried to jump out of the bed, and you had to help Recovery Girl pin him down, like a trapped animal, just like you were now. The thought made you absent-mindedly rub your wrists. They were raw and aching from the metal, and as you ran a gentle finger over them, you winced. It hurt. It hurt more than the fact that they'd thought you dangerous enough to handcuff. Hurt more than when they stole your freedom, when they stole the sky. And then they have the audacity to visit you every week, like they didn't steal everything from you. You kept track easily enough, peering over Recovery Girl's shoulder at the catalog she kept on her computer to figure out what day it was, and realized the system was like clockwork. A new person every week. They tried something different every time. Tokoyami sent Dark Shadow to twist around your side and neck. An effort to comfort you, to kill you, you didn't know. Uraraka stood silently by the door with tears leaking down her cheeks, and Bakugo just spat at your feet and said, "Coward." Most of the time, you faced them head on, let them know you didn't care, let them know this was all their fault. But when you counted them and figured out who was coming this week, you curled up in your bed and faced the wall. You laid down and prepared for a war. "I know you're awake." The voice was soft, measured, but with a hard edge that would send shivers down your spine if you hadn't stared evil right in the face for the last 4 months. It was achingly familiar, and you bit down on your tongue to stop from crying out. Nothing had changed. You were still stupid, falling to pieces over a sound you couldn't forget, even over the course of 4 months. "Look at me." You imagined their face every night before you fell asleep. You wondered if their hair was softer now, if it would feel the same against your forehead as you kissed them. Like a fool, you thought of it now. So you looked. He changed. You don't know why you were surprised. Of course you would, because people change. And you realized a long time ago that the Todoroki you knew wasn't the real one. His hair was slightly longer, brushing the bottom of his neck, and he stood unbothered as always, those angular eyes sweeping over your sheet-clad body, twisted and covered only by a blue polka dot hospital gown. It was the same way he'd looked at it all those months ago, when your fingers became trapped in that white hair, when his mouth found every inch of your neck. "Don't you have your own clothes?" he inquired, drawing closer. "Surely Recovery Girl isn't this cruel." Oh, the irony. Cold lips, a jagged knife, a large hand covering your mouth, swallowing your sobs. A stabbing pain shot through your back, but nothing happened when you flexed out of habit. Of course nothing happened. They were gone. He picked up on the movement. Todoroki has always been perceptive, and now you hated him for it. You hated that there was no regret in that sharp gaze. "You look better than you did that first morning," he murmured, collapsing into the chair beside the bed. How could he sit there, a mere 2 feet away from you, knowing what he's done? "Remember? You did. When I came in, they had to restrain you." His mouth gaped slightly open after that, exhaling a heavy breath, and you tracked the movement as you shifted closer to the wall, further from him. 5 teachers, and you still didn't stop. All you did was struggle. That's not how you remembered it. You remembered the way blood dripped down your chin, how your scream tore on the edge of your teeth, the way you begged them to stop, anybody, anyone, because it hurt. Oh God, it hurt, and you couldn't breathe, and they were stealing your... You wanted to kill me, didn't you? And for the first time you answered, yes. Your voice was scratchy from no use, but that venom was unmistakable. Todoroki sighed, almost like he was relieved, like he was the one who needed closure. "I'm sorry. I'm not." He stiffened at that. You had turned away, choosing to focus on the sound of laughter emanating from the open window instead. But when you looked back, his eyes were blazing angry. "It was a mistake," Todoroki snapped. "We had the wrong person. We said you could stay here. We looked for months to find something to replace them. We've done everything to earn back your trust. What exactly are we doing wrong here?" "What did you do wrong?" You laughed. A bit of Todoroki's rage died down at that. "What did we do wrong?" he asks. You said, running a hand over your chin in contemplation. "It's been 6 months since I've tasted the sky. 6 months. For 2 of those months, I still had them." Your voice wavered. "Sure, they were plucked every day. All Might and Aizawa came in and ripped a feather out every time I refused to talk. They were almost bald when All Might held me down and Aizawa used the knife to cut them off my back." Todoroki was white, deathly white. "And do you know what Recovery Girl did, my dear Shoto?" you purred, inching closer to him. He didn't move as you reached a finger out and traced his jawline. "She healed me as I sawed my wings off, so they couldn't ever be reattached. When I woke up, she made me sit in a puddle of my own blood until it dried, and when she changed my sheets, she took me with her, and she showed me my wings." You were quiet now, and the images were flashing through your head, the blood specks on the white feathers that were left, your wings crumpled in a heap, small and dirty, Recovery Girl's unyielding face, hard as stone as you collapsed and held the wings to your chest, as if you'd hear them beating against the open sky again if you listened closely enough. "And do you know why they did this?" "Because you're a traitor," Todoroki spoke, and you let go of his face to lean back. He wasn't white anymore. Instead, there were a few tongues of fire licking off his hair. "You betrayed us. You betrayed me." He was a mountain, unmoving, but you had done much worse, and you'd be there when he finally crumbled. You stared him dead in the eye. "I loved you once, Shoto, but when I heard who turned my wings into ashes, I didn't anymore. I was told to." "You burned my wings. You took away the sky. You took away my freedom." He shot up from the chair, flames flaring from his side, the heat licking off your face, illuminating the perfectly crafted lines of his jaw. You threw away your own freedom the day you turned your back on us, the day you turned into a villain. You think I turned my back on you? On our class? Silence except the crackling fire. Do you even remember what I picked for my hero name? You snarled. How I was so excited that I wouldn't share it with you before I showed the class. The fire died. The winged hero Vertigo, Todoroki whispered, and you broke at those words. Vertigo, winged hero. I'm gonna fly so high someday, I'm not gonna be able to come back down, you tell Todoroki, all 5-year-old and a toothy smile. Not even for you. If I had wings, I wouldn't come down from the sky either, he says. The memory came, quick, unbidden, and you pushed it away as you clambered off the bed. Todoroki's flames held steady as you gripped his chin and leaned in close. When I get my wings back, you mumbled into his ear, you're going to be the first one I kill, Shoto. And when they came looking for Todoroki, all they found was a blood-stained bed, a broken window, and a single white feather. Alright, so that's the end of this one. I hope you enjoyed. Really cool. Music link, fanfic link, Discord link, and thumbnail art link will all be in the description. Go check those out. I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, whatever, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye!